Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to conjugate regular present tense AR, ER, and IR verbs. Avina's going to make another video about irregular AR, ER, and IR verbs, so after you're done watching this one, go check her video out. So my video today, I'm going to be using Explain Everything to write everything out and show you guys how to conjugate them, and then I'm going to give you guys a little bit of practice at the end of the video, so hope you enjoy! Hi guys, so first I'm going to be talking to you about AR endings. So these are verbs like estudiar, nadar, tocar, necesitar, and trabajar. They're verbs that have that AR ending. So they're conjugated in the yo form as o, to form as as, the el, ella, usted form as a, nosotros as amos, vosotros as ais, and ellos, ellas, ustedes as an. So now, notice here that in the vosotros form, there is an accent on the A, and then everywhere else there are no accents. So now with these endings, we're going to start to conjugate a few verbs. So we can start with estudiar right here. So if I have yo, and then I want to conjugate estudiar, I'm going to say yo estudio, because I'm just replacing that AR with that O. So these are the same right here. Here, I'll highlight that for you guys so you can see it. AR and the O. Now, if we switch gears, then I want to conjugate tocar, but let's say I want to do it in the nosotros form. So I'll have nosotros tocamos. And again, I can highlight that for you guys. That AR in tocar is replaced with that amos to make tocamos. So next I'm going to talk to you guys about ER endings. So these are verbs like correr, aprender, comer, and beber. So now these endings are in the yo form, o, in the to form, es, in the el, ella, usted, e, in the nosotros, hemos, in the vosotros, es, and in the ellos, ellas, ustedes, en. Now again, just like the AR verbs, we have this E here in the vosotros that has an accent on it. So those two are similar in that way that in the vosotros form there is that accent on that vowel. So now that we know the endings, let's practice a little bit. So first we can use aprender. So if I want to say el and then aprender, I would conjugate that using the L form. So I'll say el aprende, and then those endings here, that ER and that E, are replaced. The ER is replaced by the E to conjugate it. So now if I want to say, we'll use beber. So if I want to conjugate it in the vosotros, then I'll say babe ice. And then again, I have that ER here, and I'm replacing it with that ice that's up in the conjugation for the box for vosotros. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about IR endings. So these are verbs like escribir, subir, vivir, and abrir. These are verbs that have that IR ending. So, and to conjugate these, we have the yo form is o, the to form is es, and the el, ella, usted is e. The nosotros is imos. The vosotros is is. And the ellos, ellas, ustedes is en. So now if you recall back to the ER endings, these in the boot here, the O, es, e, and n, are all exactly the same as the ER endings, and the only two that are different are the imos and the is. So that can help you remember the ER and the IR are super similar, except for the IR ends in, for nosotros is imos, and for vosotros is is. Well, for ER, it's amos and ice. So now from here, we're going to practice a little bit and conjugate some of these verbs down here. So I can start first with escribir. So I'll do this in the to form. So if I want to say to and then conjugate escribir, I'm going to write it as escribes, because then I'm replacing that IR with the ES from the to form. So now, if I want to use, we'll use vivir for this one, and then we'll use it in the ellos, ellas, ustedes form. So if I want to say ustedes, and then use vivir, I'll conjugate that, and I'll say viven. Because that way, I'm replacing that IR with the EN from the ellos, ellas, ustedes box. Alright, so now you guys get the chance to conjugate your own verbs now and get some practice in. So I want you to conjugate ayudar in the yo form, ver in the to form, abrir in the ella form, leer in the nosotros form, cantar in the vosotros form, and vivir in the ellos form. So now I'll wait here for a second and you guys can pause the video, write that down on a piece of paper, and then when you play the video again, I'll have the answers up for you guys so that you can check. Alright, so for yo, I have ayudo, because in that AR endings, I see I have that O in the yo form, so then I replaced AR with O. Now for tu, I have tu ves, because in the ER endings, for tu, I know the ending is es, so then I replaced the ER and ver with the ES from my endings. For ella, I have ella abre, because that's using the IR endings. So then for the el, ella, usted form, I have a down here. So instead of writing IR when I conjugate it, I'll replace that IR with the E. So now I have nosotros leemos. And again, for the ER endings, I have, for nosotros, I have amos as the ending. So I replace the ER with amos. For vosotros cantáis, I have in the AR form, my vosotros form is ice, so then I replace the AR with the ice. And then for ellos viven, I have in the IR form, in the ellos box, I have N, so I'm going to replace the IR and vivir with N to make viven. Hi guys, I hope you liked my video about AR, ER, and IR regular present tense endings. If you have something that I didn't touch on that you have a question on, please leave the comments about it. If there's something you think that I did well on, please also leave it in the comments. And if you guys have any suggestions for what we should do in the future, again, please leave it in the comments. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.